Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So I watched obviously all of the racing at the weekend, and there was 3 horses that I really think you should be adding to your notebook. I think they can go on to better things next time. Maybe not bigger things, but definitely can go better in their finishing positions. They finished 4th, 7th and 4th in their respective races, and I'm going to talk you through them and also where I think they should go and why. Starting off with Clear Angel, who finished 4th in the Spring Mile. Go back and watch that race and watch it at about the 2 furlong pole. Now, all of the action starts happening over the far side, surprisingly over the far side, with the likes of Helter Skelter kicking clear. There was a few others over that side, Magic Memories, Thunder Roar was going over there, whilst Clear Angel was getting absolutely no run in the middle of the course. Got no run whatsoever, and all of the others got going and were able to kick away over that far side, and Clear Angel was stuck at a hugely crucial time. He then ran on really strongly, probably as strong as Thunder Roar in my opinion, and next time Thunder Roar, who was the favourite, is going to go off favourite again for a similar race. Clear Angel will go off a bigger price just because it's finished 4th. It's not with as bigger connections. Obviously it didn't go off favourite, so people are going to overlook it slightly. But as I said, go back and watch that race and watch it from about the 2 furlong pole and see how unlucky Clear Angel was. Now the interesting thing with Clear Angel is he finished 6th in the Spring Mile last season. After finishing 6th, he then went on to win his next 2 races at Wetherby and Carlisle, and it would not surprise me if he goes on and wins his next race or his next couple of races when he gets a clear run. Where do I think they go with him? Thirsk, for the Thirsk Hunt Cup. So it's a race for horses rated 0 to 105. So being rated 79 is not ideal because it would be touch and go whether he would get in. That said, last year a horse rated 75 actually got in, so I would be hopeful that Clear Angel would get in the Thirsk Hunt Cup. It's obviously a feature race, so it's decent prize money, and I think this is where we might see Susan Corbett go back up north to Thirsk. The horse does have some form at Thirsk. This third here, that you can see on the was third behind another bat, and what's the story, in the William Hill Summer Cup over the course and distance that the Thirsk Hunt Cup would be over. He ran a really good race that day. That came off a markup 80. Harry was taking 3 off. If they turned up off 80 again with Harry taking 3 off, I think they would go really close in the Thirsk Hunt Cup. The next horse I want to talk about came from the 3 o'clock, the Camage Trophy. And that horse is the horse who finished last, Sophia Starlight. Now she finished 7th of 7 on her return, and I want to just forgive her that run. I think she was in there along with Glorious Angel to try and set it up for Marshman, and it almost worked, and Montasib nabbed them on the line. I don't think Grant Chua had any interest in his horses actually getting close at Doncaster. They were purely there to get a fitness run under their belt, and they've done that. And Sophia Starlight, we've got to remember, had some really good form last season, including beating Summergand in the Great St Wilfrid, finishing 2nd at Goodwood in a fillies handicap, and then finishing 2nd at Newmarket in a listed race. And it's that run that I want to use. So I believe Funny Story is a very good filly. And I think she will, this season, if she's still in training, will go on to bigger and better things. I kept highlighting her last year as being one that was well handicapped. Things just weren't going to plan. She ended up finishing the season £15 higher than what she started. I think I highlighted her after she finished 4th behind Quino at Newmarket. I said she was the most eye-catching, and yeah, as I said, she ended up being off the same mark next time in a handicap and eventually finishing the season £15 higher. So I really like Funny Story still. I think she is progressive. Sophia Starlight finished ahead behind her, losing in the final strides to a horse that I think is rated about the right. I think is still underrated, to be fair. Sophia Starlight ran at the weekend off 95. Now, I don't think she should be running in listed races. I don't think she should be running in mares listed races. Definitely think they should run her in a handicap next, though. The handicap that would interest me is on Guineas Day. It's on the 2000 Guineas Day on the Saturday, the 4th of May. It is this race here, the Rowley Handicap, over 6 furlongs. It's a feature heritage handicap. It's good prize money. And as I said, she 2 runs ago in October at Newmarket, she finished second, beaten ahead by Funny Story in a decent fillies and mares listed race. Back into a handicap, back over the same course and distance. With that run under her belt at Doncaster, I think she would go really close in this Rowley Handicap Stakes. And the final horse came from the Lincoln itself, and that horse was the 4th placed Alpha Crucis. Now Alpha Crucis is actually still lightly raced. Only had the 9 runs under rules, 7 on the turf, 2 on the all-weather. He's still very unexposed on the turf. And to be fair, I thought he ran a good race in the Lincoln when maybe Anna Gibson wasn't quite the strong enough jockey that was required. I didn't feel there was a lot of assistance from Anna towards the end of the race. And I actually feel that she either had to use the reins or the whip, and she couldn't do both. When she did use the whip a couple of times, the horse kind of wobbled and she wasn't able to hold him straight at all. That said, it was still the Lincoln. He still looks progressive, and I think there's a good race for him, and that would be at Leicester, the Carling King Richard III Cup. It's over 1 mile and 53 yards. It's for horses rated 0 to 185. The horse is currently rated 86. I'd be very disappointed if he didn't get in this race at Leicester. But I think this might be where we see Gary Moore send the horse, because Gary actually has a very good record at Leicester. And yeah, I just think that that's the type of race. It would be a slight drop in class really from a Lincoln down to a King Richard III Cup. You know, it's still a Class 2. Obviously the Lincoln is a Class 2, but it is a heritage handicap. This isn't a heritage handicap, but it's still decent prize money. It's still for the right type of horses, and I think he would go really close at Leicester. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe Jason Watson take back over, or Kevin Stott. I don't think Anna Gibson was quite strong enough on the day in the Lincoln, but I would be very confident of a huge run again next time out. So they are the 3. Clear Angel didn't get a clear run. After finishing 6th last year in this race, went and won his next 2 races. The Thirst Hunt Cup, where he's got decent form. He finished 3rd in the Summer Cup just 2 runs ago, or 3 runs ago now, for Susan Corbett. Sophia Starlight, who was just here for a fitness run, she went to the listed race. Drop her back into handicap company, back to a course that she ran a really good race, finishing 2nd to Funny Story at Newmarket. And it's on Guineas Day, so obviously the owners would love to have a horse running on Guineas Day, I'm sure. The Nick Bradley Syndicate. And finally, Alpha Crucis in the from the Lincoln. I don't think Anna Gibson was quite strong enough, but I do think dropping slightly down in class, it would be an easier race than the Lincoln. Go to Leicester, where Gary has a good record. Jason Watson back on board, and I think they would go very close on the 27th of April in the King Richard III Cup.